Hey, good afternoon. And it is a nice warm day here in South Louisiana, and I am going to try something new. I found this stuff, vinyl and fabric paint, and I'm going to try using it on the seats in the Nissan 200 SX. We did the carpet and made all that new, so now I think it's about time to upgrade the seats a little bit. So let me show you what they look like before I paint them. And I've never tried this stuff before, so I'm really gonna do it as an experiment to see if it works on cloth seats and how well it works. I want to know if is it soft or does it make the seats hard? Also, does it come off on your clothes? Those are things that concerned me when I saw the paint in the store. But got these seats. We're gonna try it out, and then we'll all know how it turns out. I'm gonna start with the seats back here, and I don't think they look too bad, but you see they are kind of stained up a little bit. They're not too bad, but since I got the paint and I'm working on this car, mine's well, see what we can do. So that's what the seats look like. I'm gonna go ahead and paint them, spray paint them, and see how they turn out. But I'll just do one piece at a time. We'll pull these bottom seats out and put them up on the table and get to painting them. To remove the seats, under here there is a little, see that, the black part, this little tab here. Just pull that out toward you and it'll release the seat. See right there, this little, pull it out, it comes right up. Now I'll take this over to the table and see what we can do with it. So I've got 2 cans to start out with because that's all I had at the store. We'll see how far those will get us. So we gotta keep in mind that we gotta do the back seats and the 2 front seats if we want everything to match. So we'll see. I heard you can assume that light colors will take more coats, but since this is pretty much the same color that the seats are right now, maybe we won't need a whole lot. And it says to use this between 55 and 75 degrees. So right now it's about 56 degrees out here. It should be good. So it says it dries to the touch in 30 minutes. It's pretty windy out here. Who knows how much is really gonna end up on the seats rather than blowing in the air. It says it covers 12 to 14 square feet. So this is the first coat. That's this side painted and this side is not. So we can see the difference in the two. And that's just the first coat. Well, it looks pretty good so far. We'll keep on painting. See how it goes. I'm not sure why, but for some reason it's oddly satisfying to paint these seats. Spraying this on there just feels good. It really makes it look better. Now, as long as it dries all the way and doesn't come off on our clothes, I think it's a winner. And since this color so closely matches the color that it was already, you don't see any lines or stripes or anything. It just blends in really well. And to remove the back seats, there is 2 screws here that you'll remove, and that's hooks to this little thing that helps it pivot. And then this carpet is just stuck under that carpet. It comes right out. So I just took out the backs of the back seat, and as you can see, they are very white from sun bleach. This one I painted a little, but I ran out, so I'm still painting on this one. And this one has not been painted at all. So let's see what difference this makes. So here's the seats after they've been painted. They look pretty good. Those are the backs of the rear seats. And see where they were sun faded? They're all fresh and new now. And one thing good about that paint is it'll paint these things too. So yeah, that looks a whole lot better than it did. So now it's the next day, and I have the seats, before installing them back in, I just let them dry overnight just to see how they'll turn out before I put them back in. And I think I'm gonna go get some kind of a white rag and see if the paint will rub off, just to simulate if we're wearing white clothes or something and we sit on these, if the paint will come off on our clothes. So it does look like it came off a little bit, but I did rub pretty hard. I'm gonna try one more test. I'm gonna get this wet and rub it on there and see if it comes off then. It shouldn't come off. I want to be able to make my seats look better than they were and not have any consequences like ruining my clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know if I sat on dirty seats in the first place, it would probably get my clothes dirty. And so what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to get their clothes ruined because they're riding in a car that somebody painted the seats on. So I'm gonna try this spot right here. We can see it's perfectly clean. I'm gonna push down. And pull off. I don't see. No, I really don't see any paint. So now I'm gonna take it another spot, perfectly clean, and I'm gonna rub it. Yep, that came off some. Not a whole lot, but there is, you can see a little bit of the color right there where my fingers were pushing down where I rubbed. So that shows that it does come off a little bit. I'm not sure if perhaps we could do something, because now this feels a little softer now that I've been rubbing at it, like softer than this over here. So rubbing it that much did get, oh, there, can you see? I don't know, the way that the shadows are, it's kind of hard to see, but it did get dirty right there. So rubbing it really hard with a wet cloth will take some of the paint off of it. But it does make the texture better. So I see pros and cons. It made the seat look better. I won't say it made it look new because there's a lot of rough spots that you just can't fix with just coloring it different. But I think I would feel comfortable sitting on these if I weren't wearing white pants. If I were wearing white pants, I would be a little cautious about sitting on them, but I don't think that it's going to be enough coming off to make a difference. So let me put these seats back in and see what they look like inside the vehicle. We'll get our after shot, and we can compare the before and after for how they look. So I just put the back of the back seat in, and it kind of had like a dusty feel to it. So here's the second one that needs to go in. And it's kind of, I don't know if you could see, but see it puts like a dust, shows up on the camera. Yeah, I could see it floating in the air. It's like, I could feel it's kind of crispy. Yeah, look on that finger. So I can feel it's a little crispy, and I don't know if just hitting it's gonna get all of the, if it's going to turn it back gray again. Yeah, there's a lot of paint residue on this. I put more coats on the back here where it was bleached by the sun. So possibly putting more coats on it makes it like flake off. That's what I was worried about happening, and I wanted to know. Yeah, look at that. So that's not good. That's not good at all. So I'm going to put these back in, but I'm going to forego painting the front seats for now. Maybe putting it in and running the vacuum over it might work. I don't know. But for now, I would say if you're trying to make your car better and you're using it for a daily driver, I would think twice about painting the seats with this stuff. It's just my opinion. It might not matter to you, but perhaps a nice saddle blanket would be a better choice. Let me put these back in and we'll see how they look all together. Here's the back. We're going to do it real quick. This is the back dash. It got sun faded, so we're just going to spray this. You know, we don't have to worry about sitting on this part, so it don't matter if it's if the paint comes off or not. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. This is the after for the back panel that goes above the seats, like where the speakers go. And this would be a great example of what you can do with the paint. From my point of view, they look a lot better. I don't know how it's going to look on camera, but they do. It did make a big difference. All right, and there you have it. That's what I did today, trying to figure out using this vinyl fabric paint, whether it's worth using or not. And I would say, yeah, on some parts, like this back thing, it turned out really good. But on the seats, not so good. Carpets, yeah, I'd use it on carpets. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.